January 7th, 1848. The Palais du Louvre. Let us be reasonable, senors. I am sure that this is a simple misunderstanding. That's some foxy person. There is no misunderstanding. In the name of the king, arrest that Spaniard. Okay, there's a rose and a person is dead here. Act 2, a fox among fools. So a new case that we are gonna be going in, and also with a new advent calendar day after all. So welcome some more of the aviary attorney on another day and another case. We'll see how this one will go. And we will again free the person that it was supposed to be imprisoned. Or how are we gonna do it? If we wouldn't have accepted it, I wonder how things would have gone. Like if we had said no to begin with for the case for the lady, and then we would have been able to work on the case from the other side. I wonder. But nonetheless, Sparrow's son. I knew Falcon wouldn't feel like turning up to the office on Friday. But now it's midday on Monday and there's still no sign of him. Still, this is becoming a little concerning. 50 francs. That's not even a lot of cash that we got from that full case from before. Let's wait. Why not? What am I saying? Falcon's a big bird. He can handle himself. I should wait around a little longer. Certainly. I'm tempted to just wait as long as possible now. Because we started to, then it's like... We don't have anything for the new case then. That's fine. Ah, dear though. Let's see, 3 more times waiting around. I guess after that we have to go and look around for him. Okay, this is dull. I'll go look for him then. I should probably go find him. His home would be a good place to start, but the bird brain never gave me his address. I'll just have to find him the hard way. Oh boy, so we're gonna go and find him. I wonder what's the situation in this Chateau Crinier now. I think that's a decent place to go look. Maybe he's returned to this place because of the wrong person being put away for the murder now and all. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Duhot? Down here. Oh, there you are. It's Sparrow's son, right? That's right. I heard about the case you were involved in. I never would have thought that the Baron was a murderer. He always treated me with the utmost respect. But then I suppose it makes sense that the most ruthless killers are the ones who can put up the best facade. Yeah, I suppose so. Say, how's your friend doing? He seemed a little down last night. So he was around here. Oh, you've seen him? Yes, he was brooding in the corner of Les Chanot-Joix, mumbling and drinking. It was a little depressing, to be perfectly honest. Les Canards-Joix, that's a dingy student bar on the Rue John, right? It's not dingy, just a little rustic. In any case, that's an enormous help. Thanks, mademoiselle. Any time, Sparrow's son? No, now we know where he should be. Need to pick me up? Come along to Madame Cornellan's Student Tavern on Rue Jean. You're always welcome, and it's even close by to that location. Let's go and visit, for the fun of it, back into here though first. Why did we come here? Nope, still no sign of him. Yep. What about these places then? Who will we meet in these? Excuse me, monsieur, I'm looking for my friend. While I look like a lost and found to you, puzzle bird brain. Alright then. Fine. You goddamn rabbit. No sign of Falcon here. Excuse me, Rupert. Oh, it's you, the first year dropout. First year dropout even. Hey, I didn't drop out. I was forcibly ejected. But that doesn't matter right now. I'm looking for Falcon. Have you seen him? Falcon? The guy who somehow blundered his way through the Catalan trial with the help of some very dubious evidence? No, I haven't seen him since the trial. Oh, well, thanks anyway. Yeah, the only one that was helpful was actually the mate. Indeed. Well, and nowhere else to go than to the Le Canard Choyox. Sparrowson steps through the doors of Le Canard Choyox, the dingiest student tavern in all of Paris. His nostrils fill with the pungent aroma of sour wine and bitter tobacco. Well, ruffle my feathers if it isn't little Sparrowson. I haven't seen you in years. How are you doing, hon? I am feeling pretty good, Madame Cornell. Thanks for asking. I'm actually here to find a friend. He's a big guy named J.J. Falcon. Falcon? Yep, that sorry lump has been here all weekend. He's just been moaning and muttering to himself all weekend. Frankly, he's bringing the full atmosphere down. I'll take care of him. Thanks, Madame Cornell. It's no problem, huh? He's probably still in the corner of the drinking room upstairs. There's a card room, though. But he was supposed to be in the drinking room, so let's start from there. Maybe he has even moved to another place, so no sign of him. Mon Dieu, I almost stepped on the big fellow. Falcon, what are you doing on the floor? Hey, Falcon, wake up. Wow, the bird's completely out cold. He must have drunk this place dry. Let's see, how do you wake a drunk person? Pour a drink on his head. Well, I guess it's time for a rude awakening. Wakey, wakey. Hello, Falcon. ... Ah, good, you're up. ... Are you with us, Falcon? Yeah. Feeling sober? We should probably head back to the aviary office so we can get some work done. ... I don't understand it, Sparrowson. Huh? I thought I did everything right. I followed all the procedures. I found all the evidence. I presented the case beautifully. And yet, a guilty feline walks free while an innocent man sits in custody. What went wrong? Where's the justice? I don't know, man. It's an unjust world. I don't know, Falcon. Sometimes the system just doesn't work, I guess. Indeed. ... It should work. It should? Yeah, it probably should. ... Sorry, Falcon, I don't have the answers, but what I do have is a freshly baked croissants from Pierre's Boulangerie. Croissants... ... Yep, they're waiting for you back at the aviary. I'm sitting here moping about justice and you offer me croissants. Well, it's not just croissants. I got some pains au chocolat too. ... I could go for pains au chocolat. Fantastic. Then let's make a move. I guess we're not gonna be able to play guard. Oh well, it's a shame. Alright, I admit it. These croissants are amazing. I told you, Pierre's Boulangerie on Rue Verte is something else. Oh, that reminds me, the baker told me something interesting. Do you know what they call pains au chocolat in America? They don't call them pains au chocolat? Nope, Pronunciation difficulties. Americans is a full, not a language. Indeed. So what do they call them? Chocolate croissants. Someone very small trying to get a case with us, I guess. Hello. 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 Huh. Chocolate croissants. What do they call profiteroles? Rolls. Oh, I think those are still profiteroles. But rather than custard, they fill them with ice cream and smother them in melted chocolate. ... Simply outstanding. Is this the Avery attorney? Can I speak to someone, please? Well, what do they call creeps? Excuse me. ... Did you just hear something, Sparrow-san? Down here, Mousy. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I do for you, little one? Oh gosh, where to start? Your name, perhaps? Mousy. My name is Mousy. And what can we do for you, Monsieur Mousy? I have this friend, and he has fallen under some legal turbulence. Legal turbulence? You mean he's been arrested? Yes, I suppose so. They're saying he's a murderer, but he didn't do it. He didn't do it. That's quite of a problem. I know. Oh, but I forgot to mention, he's the Prince of Spain. The Prince of Spain? And you didn't think that that's worth mentioning from the start? I forgot. I must ask, Mousy, why did you come to us? I would have thought that the Spanish royal family would hire legal counsel with a little more... not terribleness. Expertise. Oh, the prince has great faith in your lawyering skills, Monsieur Falcon. He said that your reputation as a lawyer was renowned. Really? The prince said that? This is a great opportunity, Falcon. Surely you wouldn't deny a request from the Prince of Spain. No, after all, before... Well, they couldn't get the best one, though. That's the thing. The other people... Sure, of course not. We'll take the case. Always. Every single case. Of course we'll take the case. Scrap your code, Sparrow-san. We have royalty to defend. That's the spirit. Good luck to you, messieurs. You aren't coming with us, Mousy. I have other matters to attend to. But Prince Juan is being held in the concrete gear. I'm sure he will fill in all the details. Right, let's make a move then. Another move. Alright, to the concrete gear again. Good day, Monsieur. Oh, it's you two again. Hey, nice work on Lady Kitten's trial. Baron Rockwell is pacing around the cell right now, ranting about wrenching your neck. How nice. I'm not surprised. He's super mad, but hey, a criminal's a criminal, right? If the lion didn't want the death sentence, he probably shouldn't have killed the guy. Well... He isn't actually guilty now that we know or have gotten a confession. The thing is that there simply was stuff that pointed into his direction and he himself didn't make a good case for himself, so that's a problem. Oh, you're not here to defend him, are ya? Because that would be hilarious. We could be. We're actually here to see the Prince Juan Corridor, heir to the throne of Spain. The mouthy fox, huh? That guy's driving me nuts with his tenors and his flamboyant attitude. I say the sooner he hangs, the better. Well, come on then, while we're young. Indeed, while we are young. So, a nice little fox. The Prince of Spain, I presume. Indeed, I am Juan Corridor, heir to the throne of Espiano, and you must be the legendary lawyer, Senor J.J. Falcon. Like, on the other hand, I kind of feel that the Fox could very well be guilty, but I wonder if all of our clients would be guilty. Maybe they don't all be guilty. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, I wouldn't say legendary.
I wouldn't even say notable.
Just humility. I would expect nothing less from the renowned individuals such as yourselves. But let us get down to business. I trust that my compagnon Mausi explained the situation. He told us that you have been accused of murder, but we need some future details before we can start our investigation.
Ah, of course. What is that you wanted to know?
Why are you in Paris? Why did you come to Paris, Prince Yuan?
I was on a diplomatic mission. I do not know if you are familiar with current events, but you may have heard that my country is in a state of turmoil. Contenders of the Spanish throne are slandering, plotting, backstabbing. It's chaos and the people are suffering. So I thought, if I can prevent some French royalty, perhaps even the king himself, maybe I can strengthen my family's name. With the Corridor dynasty restored, I would have a chance at bringing peace to my beautiful nation. Well, I guess the plan's gone out the window.
Sparrowson, don't be rude.
No, he is right. I failed terribly.
Don't fret, Prince Yuan. We'll do everything in our power to clear your name. Maybe once the dust has settled, you will have another opportunity to speak with King Louis Philippe and complete your mission.
Thank you, Senor Falcon. I am sure you will do your best. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
So tell us about the murder. To be honest, Prince Yuan, I'm a little confused as to how a member of royalty could get in so much trouble. Could you walk us through your activities on the day of the murder?
Of course, let me see where to begin. ... It was the cold and misty morning of the 6th of January. I had heard that King Louis Philippe was unveiling a new painting at the Palais du Louvre, and I wished to meet the man himself. So after a brief stroll and picnic in Tuileries Garden, I entered the palace. I found the royal entourage in the Louvre's Grande Galerie. When I saw an opportunity, I presented a humble gift to the king. A rose, an international symbol of passion and virtue. How romantic. But before the king could take it, a rather rude person snatched it from my fingers. It was a royal guard, a dog by the name of Major Howl. Ouch, I cried out, Major Howl. Ouch, cried out Major Howl. I have pricked myself upon the thorns of this dastardly flower. And then the Major slumped to the floor, his face turned blue. He small-throated, and he died.
He died straight away after being pricked.
Straight away, senor.
It's obvious that the pricked finger was the cause of death, but I don't know of any poison that acts so fast.
Nor do I, Senor Falcon, but clearly the police felt that poison upon the rose's thorns was the only logical explanation. And with so many witnesses, even the king himself, what could I say to defend myself?
So where did this rose come from?
I acquired it from a beautiful Parisian flower seller at Les Halles markets, a girl by the name of Catherine Marie Sain. But surely you're not suggesting that the flower girl applied the poison herself, Senor Falcon?
Well, I'm not making any accusations yet, I'm just planning to explore every line of inquiry.
Poisoned rose has been added to your evidence folder. Did you want to ask something else, Senor Falcon? So what were you reading right about now?
What were you reading before we so rudely interrupted?
Ah, this book, it is a Spanish classic, Don Quixote of La Mancha. Do you know it? Ratings for squares. I've heard of it. I haven't read it myself, but yes. Don Quixote, of course, who wouldn't know of him?
I've heard of it. It's about the knight who chows windmills, right?
That's one part of the story, yes. The hero is a virtuous but elderly knight by the name of Don Quixote.
In the chapter you mentioned, he takes up arms against an army of giants who are terrorizing the town. Quixote's partner, Sancho, warns him that the giants are just windmills, and their flailing arms are just sails swirling in the wind. But Quixote doesn't listen. He takes up his lance, gets on his horse, and charges anyway. Sounds more like dumb Quixote, am I right, Falcon? Perhaps he's dumb, Senor Sparrowson, but many of us spend our full lives jousting imaginary giants. That is kinda true. Kinda, yeah. Speak for yourself, Yuan. I've never been jousting, let alone seen a giant. Totally. I think we're getting off track here. Indeed. I tell you what, Senor Falcon. I'll lend you my copy of this book. Maybe you'll have time to give it a read at some point. Maybe I will. Thank you. El Ingenioso Hidalgo Don Quixote de la Mancha has been added to your evidence folder. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, I think that's everything, thank you. What's the plan, Big Bird? Well, we have 2 lines of inquiry. We should head to the scene of the crime, the Palais du Louvre, and see if we can find any clues or witnesses. And we should interview the flower girl in Les Halles Market to see if she has anything to say about this alleged poisoned rose. 2 tasks spread over for 6 days. This almost sounds too easy. Let's not get complacent. Good luck, senors. Indeed, good luck for us. Wait a minute, Falcon. What is it? Did something seem... off about Prince Yuan to you? He's quite of a character, that's for sure. He seemed colorful to me, throwing roses, spouting about literature. Just one sois Spaniard. Maybe I misread him. Well, look, if this is bothering you, then we could always ask around. Maybe someone in the city knows Yuan's dirty secret, if he actually has anything to hide, that is. Yeah, let's dig up the dirt. But we've still got trial to prepare for. Priorities, Sparrowson. Indeed, priorities are important. A new day arrives, and then we will just need to be deciding where would we travel first. Well, any of these 3 places will at least take all of our time and day, so those are not the ones we would visit first. We would at least visit some of the other locations first to just check them out. First, the Le Canard Choyoks, to be honest, the last one in here in the list, but anyways, need to pick me up. Come along to Madame Cornell's to the Tavern on Rue John. You're always welcome. That's the place where we indeed got our partner from. And then the Louvre Palace has become a world famous hub for artists, scholars, and historians where the murder happened. Then Les Halles Market is popular among all shoppers, no matter their class or their wealth. I wonder why that's there. And then, of course, the High Court and all of these. I guess we could quickly check these locations that are not time-related and then head to actually do the case. So, aviary attorney offices first. Stop messing around, Falcon. Let's help out Prince Yuan already. I wonder, did I actually visit there? Well, I didn't visit there today, but... Then the prison itself. What do you want? I am J.J. Vulcan, defense attorney for... I know who you are. I saw you come by earlier, but visiting hours are over. Come back next week. Do you think you could make an exception for us? Visiting hours are over. Well, be quick. I said visiting hours are over. Dude, Bert Prince understand Palais Fous Francis? I don't think he's going to make an exception, Falcon. I guess we'll come back later. Indeed. So nothing there in reality. What about this then? A little early, aren't we? I know. Indeed. Just scoping the place out. Come on, Falcon. We've got an investigation to do. Indeed. So then we really have to be making a choice which place we will go first. Before we went to the crime scene last, let's try to go into the crime scene first this time around. So Palais du Louvre, the world famous hub.
I think would be that location anyways, but who knows for sure. Falcon and Sparrowson make their way to Palace du Carrousel, the courtyard just north of the Louvre Grand Galerie. What's the Arc de Triomphe over there, right? No, that's the that's the Arc of Triomphe over there, right? I swear it's smaller than how I remember it. That's the Arc de Triomphe du Carrousel, you toofs. The big Arc de Triomphe is up the road. What? No way. Why are there two? Because when a man like Napoleon invades half of Europe, he gets to build as many triumphal arcs as he damn well pleases. Oh, a roadster. Well, I never expected to see you here, JJ. That arrogant voice. Good day, Severin. Let's be civil, JJ. Why don't you introduce me to your new assistant? Fine. Severin, this is Sparrowson, my assistant. Sparrowson, this is Seven Cocorino, the most pompous prosecutor in Paris. Ah, a prosecutor. Has he won cases against you then? Cocorico. Oh, are you two old school friends or something? More like arch rivals. Please, JJ, I think arch rivals implies some sort of competition. As I recall, we've met in court on 5 occasions, and on 5 occasions did you get humiliated terribly so. I'm amazed a failing bird brain like you is still able to get clients. Actual Severin business has never been better. I'll have you know that I am currently being employed by the Prince of Spain, no less. And the Prince of Spain? Juan Guerido? Well, this is quite an amusing coincidence. I would assume you're working against us after all. Don't tell me. Correct, I am the prosecutor for the very same case. Dot. Now's your chance, Falcon. Make him pay for all the times that he has won. It is a pity that the Spanish prince will indubitably hang, but I suppose that is what he gets for hiring a bird brain to represent him. Don't call me bird brain, you're the only bird brain here, Severin. Tisk, one always speaks badly when one has nothing to say, Voltaire. Uh-oh, he's giving you the verbal smackdown. Quick, Falcon, make a witty retort. Huh? Oh yeah, I'm proper and you are clue. What the freaking heck is that supposed to mean even? I don't understand. I don't agree with what you say. A witty saying proves nothing. Well, to be honest, all things considering, that's probably the best we can come up with, because what the heck is this supposed to be? But on the other hand, because it's such a weird thing, I'm kind of really interested to see where the heck it goes. So I guess I'll let Sparrowson make us do something extremely freaking stupid. So yeah, I'm Rubber and you are Clue. ... Yeah, well I'm Rubber and you are Clue. What bounces of you? Wait. Oh dear. Tisk, you are the same pumpkin fool that you've always been, Falcon. But enough talk, if you messieurs would excuse me, I have a case to prepare for. Shay, Sparrowson, I'll see you two in court. I shall see you in court indeed. Ugh, I can't stand that guy. He did seem like a bit of a cockerel, but is it true what he said? You know, that he trounced you in court 5 times? I can't deny it. Severin has a reputation as a ruthlessly thorough prosecutor. Mountains of evidence, surprise witnesses. It's no wonder he always manages to one-up me. But this time will be different, right? I hope so. ... I know so, for you see... Now you have me as an assistant. I stole this annotated map of the Louvre out of Cocorino's pockets when he was busy rattling off Voltaire's quotes. Wow. Indeed, because of then Sparrowson. Sparrowson, that's... It is illegal, but it is still impressive too, so pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive, actually. I swear you were standing 3 meters away the whole time.
You tall birds are so busy with your heads in the clouds that you don't ever notice a small folk running around your feet. Pinching Cocorino's pocket was like taking candy from a very tall baby.
Let's take a closer look. I see. This map shows the entire Louvre area. Everything from Tuileries to the Rue du Louvre. Most convenient.
Rue du Roi. The Seine River, of course, yes. I can't really completely understand it. There is like a Palais Louvre, of course, Palais Royal.
We are currently standing here in the Palais du Carrousel. And those pending arrows seem to show the route taken by the king's entourage, which means that the king first went
to that location.
Here, through the Salle du Dipre. And then here into the Grande Galerie where the murder occurred.
But there could be in this location something that would have happened before. Or at least we could find something that would have been there. But of course it's a good question if there's actually something there that actually really happened. Or I kind of feel that every client that we're gonna have is gonna be guilty. Didn't Prince Juan say that he spent the morning in the Tuileries Gardens?
That's right. So that means Prince Juan approached the Louvre from the west side, somewhere over here.
Sounds like we have a lot of places to visit. Where should we go first? That's a good question. Select a room to investigate. Let's go to the place where the king came from. So, Salle du Tibre.
So this is the Salle du Tibre. If I understand Cocorino's notes correctly, this is the room the king and his entourage stopped in before heading to the Grande Galerie. This room doesn't seem to be very popular. I don't see anybody around to interrogate.
Interview.
Right, interview.
Well, since it's quiet, maybe we should take the opportunity to do a little snooping.
What would be the point? Surely all the interesting evidence would be in the Grande Galerie where the murder took place.
Think about it, Falcon. The police would have already gone over the Grand Gallery with a fine-toothed comb. But I bet that numbskull Inspector Voletri didn't even think to check this room for clues. That's true. Definitely not. And what if poison started to affect him already here? And then he just simply died later. It's definitely possible with the poison. There might be a murder weapon just under our beaks.
Your logic seems a little questionable, but it couldn't hurt to have a look, I suppose.
Select an area. What about this?
A shiny copper urn. I guess it was used for carrying water or for cremated remains. Probably not both at the same time.
Probably not. It smells good.
Don't sniff the exhibit, Sparrowson.
Oh, really? This urn smells amazing. It's almost chocolatey.
You poor thing, you're hallucinating from hunger. Would you like to stop by a bakery on our way back to the office?
Maybe there's something there then. Don't patronize me, Falcon. My nose never lies. I'm telling you, there's something in here. I can feel it. He was really into dinner before too when asking questions from that Kitty, after all, about what she had been eating that night, so I can kinda trust his nose.
Now you're touching the exhibit. That's definitely a no-no.
See? Look what I've found in the urn. Pure chocolate.
Put that down, Sparrowson. It's someone's old rubbish.
No, look, it's a chocolate wrapper. Judging by the smell, the chocolate was bitter and dark, 70 perhaps 80% cocoa, Belgian in origin. The level of wrapper crumpling at the fair mess of the chocolate residue indicates that this was discarded just a few days ago. Yes, I'm certain the chocolate contained in this wrapper was undoubtedly consumed on the 7th of January, the day of the murder. You can count that really well, like when that would have been even discarded.
Mon Dieu, Sparrowson, you deduce all that from smelling the wrapper?
Imagine what I could work out if I tasted it.
That won't be necessary. Sparrow-san, if you could apply this level of critical thinking in areas outside of food, you would be the world's greatest detective.
If only all evidence were edible.
Yeah, like all the clients and stuff. So, do you have any idea which shop this chocolate was purchased from? That might help us track down the person who consumed it.
Oh, there's no possible way we could know that. I suppose we'll just have to visit every confectioner in town and sample every bit of merchandise for comparison. What a chore!
Totally would be such a chore for you. Interesting, because I can see Lander Hagelslag Chocolate Imperium written on the wrapper.
Yeah, it was more like he just wanted to go everywhere. Well, you can't blame a bird for trying. Chocolate wrapper has been added to your evidence folder.
What about this then? I'm not sure what this is. Some sort of a stand or podium? Maybe it's just a decorative piece.
It's a Roman doorstop. Roman doors were enormous marble slabs, so the doorstop had to be similarly large in order to stay in place.
Really? I don't think that's right.
My uncle's a Roman historian, trust me. I don't know about trusting you on that, though, to be frank.
This pillar. These columns have been designed to look Roman. I think the style is Ionic.
It's not Ionic, Falcon. Irony is when a character says something, but the reader knows it means completely different. No, that's irony or ironic. Not Ionic. Get it together, Sparrow-san.
That's not... Never mind.
Oh dear. Nothing on top there.
I see a cabinet full of engraved plates, mostly bronze.
How much do you think they are worth?
I don't know, 300 francs a piece at least.
What? Are you serious? I'm into from profession.
I don't think archaeology works as a get-rich-quick scheme, Sparrow-san.
Who said anything about archaeology? I'm going to become a museum robber. Totally. Well, I thought you are good at robbing already, so I guess that would be more fitting for you.
Oh, well, that's one way to get rich quick.
Other than where would you sell them? That's the problem part. What about this?
This is some sort of a ceremonial container. It's beautifully crafted, but what did it contain? Maybe it's an arcane wine cabinet.
Don't be so ignorant, Falcon. This is a sacred Mesopotamian artifact gifted to Emperor Hadrian for his victory at the Euphrates in 123 AD.
You had to be reading that from somewhere. Stop making stuff up. You and I both know nothing about Mesopotamia.
Alright. You got me. This could be a hippo chamber pot for all I know.
Hippo chamber pot.
But yeah, I was thinking, that doesn't seem very right. That does seem to be everything, though.
We're done here, for now at least.
We can't spend all day staring at Roman artifacts, I suppose. So where to next? Let's see. Let's then go to where the crime happened. So, well, I guess it more happened in here, but Grande Galerie.
Here we are, the Grand Gallery. The murder room, the Grande Galerie. I believe the murder occurred right under the new painting.
And they still allow all the people here already, right now. That's kind of weird. I see hundreds of paintings. Which one is the new one?
I haven't the focus. We will have to ask someone.
Eric Pork. Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
Excuse me, monsieur. You look like you know your Mona Lisas from your last suppers.
I don't want any attention. Maybe he isn't talking to me. Nope, he's definitely talking to me. Keep it together, Eric. Oh, hi.
Would you happen to know which painting was unveiled on the 7th of January, the one the king came to visit?
Oh, yeah, I can help you with that. There's a piece right behind you.
I see. It's a painting of the king himself.
That's one noble-looking penguin. What do you think of it, Falcon?
What do I think? Well, I'm not an art critic, but
I I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, certainly enough. It's a portrait of the king, that's what it is, but I wouldn't say it's a masterpiece, but I don't care, or it's subtle nuance. I don't know if it's that subtle. Like, it's a king. King isn't really subtle, so can I say that this would be subtle? Subtle and nuanced? I don't know. I don't care for it. I don't care for it. This guy might not like it. Above all else, art must strive, to be honest. When I look at this piece, I don't see an honest depiction of our king. All I see is a depiction of the man the king wishes he could be. That's an artistic travesty. Well, you read all that social commentary from one painting? That's pretty impressive considering just a penguin in fancy dress. I'm getting the impression that you messieurs aren't regular at art galleries. Regulars? No, we are right pair of Philistines. Speak for yourself, Falcon. I've never even been to the Middle East. Then I'm guessing you're here to investigate the king's assassination attempt? That's right. We were actually hoping we could ask you a couple of questions about what you saw. Oh, I wasn't even in Paris when the murder took place. I didn't see anything. But, I have a friend who might be able to help you out. What's this? Arnhem Associates, the home of Renal Fulps, private investigator. Thank you, but I don't normally deal with this grey area of the law types. No, please give the guy a chance. He helped me out of a bind before, and I'm sure he can do the same for you. Well, I'm not making any promises, but I'll keep hold of the guard. We appreciate the help in any case. It's no trouble. Yay. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Is there anything else we can do here? Oh, ideally we would turn the whole crime gallery upside down in our hunt for evidence. But that's not possible with so many people around. We should probably just move to another room. And so we shall. Let's go to Place du Carrousel, then. Are we all done here? Not yet. Not just yet. Pass me that map. Okay, so that's just the place we leave from. So, Tullier's Gardens. Our feather-headed friends wander through the immaculate maintained Tuileries Gardens, and I wonder who we meet in here. Of course, the other artist. Nothing seems out of the ordinary until they spot a familiar face picking up litter by a tree line. I guess he's doing some community work or something. Hey, Falcon, doesn't that groundskeeper over there look familiar? As in the photographer. Yeah, now that I'm looking at him, he does look a lot like that photographer. What's his name? Rapitio Rapinio. That is indeed it. Rapitio Rapinio. Did someone call me? Oh, it's you, the lawyers who don't appreciate a masterful photograph when they see it. It's good to see that you gave up on your archy dreams to pursue the more grounded career of groundskeeping. Hey, I'm not doing this willingly. I was given community service for community perjury. Committing a perjury. Can you believe that? They gave me, an esteemed photographer, community service. Me. Yeah, I can believe that. Perjury is somewhat serious. You should be thankful that you got off without jail time. You sound just like that self-righteous Judge Maxime. So did you two want to ask me something, or are you just here to cough? Personally, I'm just coughing. Coughing. I don't know how to say that word. Actually, I do have a couple of questions, if you don't mind, Monsieur Rapinio. Have you met the Prince Juan? I don't suppose you bumped into a Spanish fox who goes by the name of Prince Juan, have you? A Spanish fox? No, I've never met anyone like that. Is this about the assassination attempt to the king? On the king? Then you're asking the wrong person. I only started working here today. I see. Was there anything else you wanted? So how's that groundskeeping going then? How's that
new groundskeeping job working out.
Terrible. Tourists are pigs. Sometimes literally. Indeed. Look at all these rubbish I found. Beer bottles, tin cans, apple cores. And look what I picked up this by the West Entrance. A book page. A full book I could understand, but a single page? What kind of blithering moron loses just one page?
Wait a moment, may I take a closer look at that, monsieur? Don Quixote. That's a page from Don Quixote. May I take it off your hands, monsieur?
Sure. What's it worth to you?
What's it worth? It's literally worthless.
And I suppose I'll be destroying it as per my duties. I guess we gotta give you something.
Alright. I suppose you deserve a little compensation for your trouble. How about you give me the page and...
What could it be? I think that at least the photos in the Louvre could work out. But on the other hand, would it really be something we can achieve? The Judge Maxime we can at least try to talk to. I guess I'll try Judge Maxime. I hope that I can also choose something else if it doesn't work out. I don't know if I can though. So I'll speak with Judge Maxime.
I'll speak with Judge Maxime. I'll put in a good word and might be able to get your sentence reduced.
Really? You'll do that for me? Thank you, monsieur. I would really appreciate that. Here, take the page. Yeah, I think that's the smartest thing. Even though the Louvre art gallery thing would be interesting. Page 44 of El Ignacio Hilario Don Quixote de la Mancha. Did you want to ask something else? Nah, that's all. Thanks.
That's all. We'll let you get back to your work, Monsieur Rupinio.
Alright, now we can get the heck out of here. Yes, let's go.
Yep, let's make a move.
Good call. We can always come back later if we've forgotten something. Can we though? Can we? And then comes the new day. Okay, there's indeed the Chocolate Imperium too now, but there's also the RM Associates. Let's go there first. Tucked away in a forgotten alleyway lies RM Associates, a newly established private investigation firm. Why not? Mousy! Why are you here? No, that's a good question. Ooh, customers!
Hello, is this the office of Renard Fulps?
Ah? It's you two!
Mousy, what are you doing here?
Oh, this is where I work. See, I'm Renald and Mousy. Monsieur Renald Fulps and I carry out all sort of investigations together. Although, to be completely honest, it's normally Monsieur Fulps who chooses which cases to take on.
I see. Well then, can we speak with Monsieur Fulps?
Oh, I'm afraid that won't be possible. See, Monsieur Fulps is on vacation right now. He's visiting his father in England.
England?
But he's set to return in a week or two. Maybe you can come back then? That's no good to us. Our case will be over by then.
There's nothing to be done about it. I suppose we'll have to come back later.
That's interesting though. Then in some future case, maybe we can ask for his help. But not this case, which is fine enough. Let's go to the Chocolate Imperium. We did find the chocolate paper after all, so why not order wrapper? Well, that's an elephant. Lander.
Welcome to Lander Hankels Chocolate Imperium, the finest Belgian chocolate shop in all of Paris. I am Lander Hankelskach, the founder and owner of this establishment. And I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney Coté, monsieur. Oh, lawyers, very fancy, I must say that I once dreamed of being a lawyer, but well, circumstances wouldn't allow it. It's a funny story, you see. When I was a young boy, I befriended the son of a Hungarian attorney.
Falcon, you have to help me.
What is it?
It's the smell, Falcon. It's overpower me. It's demanding that I lay waste to the shop. That's, gotta say, that's definitely not a good idea. You shouldn't apparently come into chocolate shops.
For pity's sake, restrain yourself, Sparrowson. Oh, but I'm rambling, aren't I? So are you measures here to buy some chocolate?
Yes. Definitely yes.
No. We are actually here on a business, monsieur. Business? First things first, we believe that this chocolate wrapper originated from your shop. Are we correct? Oh, yes, that is indeed the trademark at Hagelslag wrapper for genuine Belgian Hagelslag chocolate. And this was almost certainly bought from this very establishment. Very good. With that established, there is something else we wish to ask Monsieur Hagelslag. Who bought this piece of chocolate? Can you tell us who brought the chocolate that was contained in this wrapper, Monsieur Hagelslag? I'm afraid not, messieurs. Not just because of matter of confidentiality, although that is a factor you understand, but because I couldn't possibly know that.
I thought elephants never forget.
My memory is impeccable, monsieur, but you must understand that I have dozens of customers a day. There are hundreds of people who could have potentially bought this particular item. So your memory is good, but you need future information. If we were to give you the description and name of a person, would you be able to tell us whether they purchased something from you? Oh, yes, that I could probably do, monsieur. Let me think who to ask about.
At the moment, I don't know that many people, so I don't think it's very logical that I would be able to, at the moment, know too much. Has he himself bought a chocolate bar? Very good question. This is the Royal Guard, so I guess he would definitely be a good one to ask.
Have you ever served a member of the Royal Guard by the name of Major Howl? No, monsieur. Are you sure? Yes, monsieur, I have served many soldiers, but I don't recall seeing a major here in a recent memory.
What does that mean, Falcon? Have we lost our lead?
Not necessarily. It just means that Major Howl didn't buy the chocolate that may have killed him. There's still the possibility that someone brought the chocolate for him, bought. That's our lead. That's who we want to find.
I see.
I did once serve a high-ranking officer of the British Army who was on his way to Zimbabwe, if you want to hear that story. No, I don't want to hear that story. Let me think. Who to ask about?
But do we really have already? That's all.
That's Maxine, yeah. Well, Juan Corrido? Have you ever served Juan Corrido, the Prince of Spain? A Prince of Spain? No, monsieur.
Well, that's good to hear. Our club would have turned into a dead end if our own client turned out to be the chocolate fiend.
I did once serve a princess from Mali, if that is any help. You see, I met a girl while hiking through the Himalayas. Please stop. Let me think. Who to ask about?
I guess we must know the person already, considering the fact that we are already getting this, all the time getting this information. And I can't really go back from here. This goddamn Crenvy. I wanna see.
Have you ever served a deceased rock named Monsieur Crenvy? No, monsieur. Messieurs, I'm grown tired of these endless inquiries. Perhaps you should come back another day.
You know, Falcon, it's possible that we just haven't encountered the chocolate fiend yet. Rather than coming back here every day and making aimless guesses, we should wait until we have someone specific in mind.
You might have a point, Sparrowson. Thank you for your time, Monsieur Huggeslack. We shall return when our investigation has progressed a little. Any time, messieurs.
Okay, so that's where we had to sadly end it already, which I'm not completely happy about. I wonder, is there somewhere we can see what exact date the court will be? That would be interesting to me. But let's go and explore other locations then. But I would think that we just don't know even the person, but it was funny to ask about the goddamn frog nonetheless. So, let's go to Les Hal's market. Is popular among all shoppers, no matter the class or their wealth. The pair arrive at Les Hal's market. Vendors and buskers, performers and thieves, bourgeois and peasants all passed from place to place.
Brinshaw said that he met a flower girl here. Zaine, I think he said her name was.
There's a swan with flowers over there. Do you think that's her?
Could be. I think so. It's possible that she knows the murderer, or even that she is the murderer herself, so we should probably act with tact and finesse.
Do we know how to do that? I don't know about that, though. Excuse me, Mademoiselle Flower Lady. We would like a word. Wow. So much tact.
Tact, Sparrowson. Tact. We've been over this.
Good day, messieurs. Are you interested in purchasing a flower?
Yes, I wish to purchase a rose from me lady.
I'm afraid that I'm out of roses. I sold my last one a week ago.
Indeed, you did.
Perhaps you would be satisfied with the chrysanthemum instead?
This is a beautiful flower from a fair maiden.
Please don't mind Sparrowson. He fell out of his nest as a baby and has said dumb things ever since.
Hey.
Let me introduce myself. I am J.J. Falcon, defense attorney. Are you Mademoiselle Sugnet?
That's right, Catherine Marie Sugnet. I suppose you're here to ask about the royal assassination attempt.
How did you know?
I'm no fool, monsieur. I know that the rose I sold was used as the murder weapon. To be honest, I am surprised it's taken so long for someone to directly question me.
The Parisian police seem to have a habit of missing obvious leads, so do you mind if we ask you a couple of questions?
Business is slow. Please ask away.
So, who bought your last rose? I would assume it's the prince, because that should be the case.
Mademoiselle, you mentioned that you sold your last rose a week ago. Who did you sell it to?
The person who bought the rose. I didn't catch his name, but he was a charming red fox.
Sounds like Arjuan.
I met him around a week ago on the 6th. We talked for a little while about the usual things, you know, like how everyone seems to be in debt these days. Then he brought a rose and left. I hear that the fox is on trial, but to be honest, monsieur, I don't think he's guilty.
Oh, why's that?
Well, actually, never mind. It's just a gut feeling.
I don't want to pressure her. It just feels... I don't know. Again, now on the other hand, she wanted to tell us. So I kind of... Maybe in this case, I should pressure her. Because it's a little bit different than the other way around. Like before with the giraffe, it was like... If we would have pressured her, she would have... not even remembered or was thinking about it, but she already was thinking about something, but she just felt that it's probably nothing or wasn't important, and that's why then just like, okay, just never mind. But I don't know if it's gonna be bad or good, but let's try to pressure her.
My dear Michelle, it just happens that we are defending this patriarchal fox in the court, yes. If you have something to say that could prove his innocence, now would be the time to let us know. ...
I'm sorry, messieurs. I can't.
Aw.
Wait, Mademoiselle Sugnet, wait up. Well, that's a shame. Like, she really wanted to say, but she can't for some reason or another. Nice display of tact and finesse, Falcon. You scared her off. To be honest, I thought that he actually said it pretty well, because okay, that we are defending him even. If she wants to help the folks, then it would be good to be telling us about it, but she just couldn't. But that's the thing, I wasn't sure if that would be maybe the case where pressure might even work out, but it definitely was not. The Swan obviously knows something crucial about the case. We need to get to the bottom of whatever it is. Agreed, but I don't think she'll be in the mood to tell us anything else. I know, why don't we try acting with a little more tact and finesse next time? Hush. Sad. I'm very sad. I failed. I failed badly. Let's go into the Mademoiselle Quenel's tavern then for a change. Let's a little bit of a different location. Really, Falcon? I thought you were done with your mopey drinking. I'm not here to drink, Sparrowson, or mope for that matter. Taverns are a fantastic hub of information. If you wish to get to learn more about this Prince Yuan, then this would be the ideal place to start asking questions. Oh, that's very good thinking.
Ah, you two are back. Are you feeling any better, Falcon?
Much better. Thank you for asking, Madame Quenelle.
That's great to hear, Han. Will it be the usual?
No, I'm back to investigate work today, so I've got to keep sharp. We wanted to know if you've seen a Prince of Spain around here recently.
A Prince of Spain? I don't know if you've noticed, Han, but this isn't exactly the classiest pub in Paris. I'm lucky to serve the occasional bourgeois. You can forget about seeing a member of royalty.
That's a pity. Maybe I should ask some of your patrons.
Feel free. The old regular Rufus and Paul are playing cards in the attic. Same as always. But we could also have colorful characters in the drinking room. I bet if you rattled enough cages, you would find someone who knows whatever it is you want to know.
Thank you, madame. Let's see where to start. Let's go to the guard room. First, why not? Come on, Paul, just one more game of Jacques Noir. Rufus. But Paul, absolutely not. My wallet is certain enough as it is. Please, I'll even let you deal this time. The answer is no, Rufus, I'm skinned. If you want to play cards, you will have to ask someone else. Fine, I'll ask that big fellow. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, you, monsieur. Would you care to play some Jacques Noir? Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Deal me in, monsieur. Very well then. Do you know how to play? Nope. No, I'm only familiar with Gecko and Tap Rock. Oh, this is much better than those silly games. Let me tell you how it works. I have a deck of cards with values between 1 and 11. I'll deal you one card at a time. If you hit 21, you win. I give you 5 francs. 5 francs? That seems a little steep. This is a man's game, monsieur. Only children can gamble over petty issues. Besides, higher stakes make for a more exciting game, right? I suppose so.
Oh dear, I don't know about this. Go for it, 21, your turn.
So that's an 8. Hit me. That's 17, that's definitely, I'm not gonna go further than that. No whiz. Ugh, god damn it. Unlucky, monsieur, most unfortunate. Shall we have another round? How much money do I have? 45 francs. I guess I can do one more. Yeah, deal me in. Why not? Absolutely, deal me in, monsieur.
Why not? Why not? Let's do it.
No, 11 already.
You win! 21! Perfect!
Well, upon plate, monsieur, here's your payment. Shall we have another round?
No, I'm done. We got equal.
No, I think we're done. Maybe another day, monsieur. I understand. Feel free to come back anytime. I guess that's all that there was in that though. I was thinking that maybe he will loosen up and talk and stuff. Fontaine. So there I was in the grasslands 10 kilometers downriver, rifle in hand. I had been pursuing this set of footprints for an hour. I was getting closer and closer. I could almost smell the beast. Then I spotted it. It was a boar. A big stupid boar, completely oblivious to my existence. I readied my gun. I carefully took aim. And then, BAM! Air shot it. No, it was the most peculiar thing, and the boar slumped over dead right before I could take the shot. Sounds like one of them heart attacks. Minan went the same way. That's what I thought, but then I went to take a closer look. I noticed the boar was frothing at the mouth. Whoa, it was rapid? Possible, but I don't think so. I remembered reading something about frothing around the mouth being a symptom of poisoning. That's an interesting talk. Needless to say, I left the dead animal alone. Good call. Who wants to deal with tainted meat? Ask about the boar. Excuse me, monsieur. Yes, can I help you? You say that the beast you were tracking might have died from poisoning. Would you give us some future details? Future details? I'm not much of a poison expert, I'm afraid. Well, what do you think caused it? I would guess that it ate something bad. I saw some of that poisonous blood around Fulsbane, I think they call it. But really, I have no idea. I'm a hunter, not a vet. Excuse me. What about Prince Yuan? Excuse me, monsieur. What is it? I don't suppose you've seen a Yuan corridor around here. He's Spanish royalty. Foxy fellow, swanky hat, calls everyone senor. That doesn't sound familiar. Do you recall seeing anyone like that, Pierrot? Ain't got a clue. Sorry, messieurs, you're barking up the wrong tree. Har har har. Well, what can you tell us about the Spanish royal family? Do we look like we're walking encyclopedias or something? Definitely. I'm afraid my compatriot has a point. If you want to talk about hunting, then I'm your man. But Spanish royalty? That sounds like a question to be answered at the library, monsieur, not a tavern. A library? Maybe you're right. Sorry for bothering you, monsieur. Leave them be. Let's give them some peace. Peace and quiet. I guess that's all then. As sad as it is. Are we ready to hit the road? Yeah, let's go. Yep, let's make a move. There's definitely a big case, I gotta say. Occasionally special cinematic scenes marked by an exclamation mark will pop up on the map screen. Yeah. These cinematic scenes are only available for 1 day before disappearing, but they take no time to visit. Their viewing is entirely optional. Well, of course I will go there. Less loops. Would be foolish not to. A storm is brewing, my brother. Word of the Royal Association has spread. The proletariats grow confident, the bourgeois are cowering. It won't be long before we have rioting. And then a revolution. Wow, they're aiming for big place. Very big place indeed. Let's just visit our offices quickly. Yeah, I know, but I wanted to check just our what evidence we had. So book Prince Yuan gave us to read. On close examination, page 44 seems to be missing indeed. Major Hall took a rose from Prince Yuan. The thorns of the rose were supposedly coated in poison. Page 44 of Don Quixote. It was found in Tuileries garden by the Louvre's west entrance. A business card for that place, yeah. Chocolate wrapper. We don't have a lot of stuff though. Truly. Not really that much stuff. Now we could go to some other locations. But, like, we could ask from the Chocolate Empyrean about the swan. But would that be the smart choice? I really wish I knew which day there's gonna be that trial day. What about, can I go and talk to the fox again? What do you want? I'm JJ Walcon, defense attorney for... I know who you are, I saw you come by earlier. Again, still just next week. So, definitely not yet. It's Saturday, so Saturday, Sunday, and then on Monday I can go there to visit at least. So 2 days to try to decide what I will try to do. I guess Chocolate Imperium is okay choice at least. Like, I don't think there's anything else I can really do in this place, or like library, of course. Yeah, let's go there first. Bibliothèque cachée. Makes sense. Here for a little light reading, are we? Not quite, Sparrowson. I'm following the hunting Pickle's advice. Don't eat poison pork. And the other piece of advice, that if we want to learn about a member of royalty, we should hit the library. Oh, that makes sense. Say, Falcon, I've been meaning to ask, since we're in a library and all. Are you a classic literature fan, or do you prefer more modern works? Ratings for squares. I like the classics. I like the classics, you know, Alain René, Lesage, Crepellion Fields, that sort of thing. Don't try to act smart. I saw you reading that book of naughty limericks the other day. You didn't think I would notice because you put a dull-looking slipcover over it, but I knew, Falcon, I knew. Wow. Nice, Sean. Would you just mind lowering your voices? I can hear you squawking from the other side of the building. Oh, my apologies, monsieur. We'll keep it down. Wait. You're a librarian, aren't you? An astute observation, yes, monsieur. As the only quiet person in the library, I am most assuredly the librarian. Well, now that we have your attention, my friend wants to ask you something. I too. All right, I too. So what can you tell me about Don Quixote? I borrowed this book from a friend. What can you tell us about it? Don Quixote of La Mancha. It's a classic. Everybody has read it. Yeah, everybody. But for those who haven't, I'm not going to sit here to summarize a great work of literature for two imbeciles who are too lazy to read. Nor would I expect you to, monsieur, but what can you tell us about the physical book itself? This patriarchal book didn't come from any library, if that's what you're asking. See, there's no library stamp or card. I assume it was acquired from a bookshop, a French bookshop, if the French translations and publishing information wasn't a giveaway. I see, thank you. Did you have any other questions, or can I get back to work? What can you tell us about the Spanish monarchy? You seem like a scholarly, well-read individual. I'm sure you're up to date on geopolitical news and the like. I don't need your praise. Spit out whatever imbecilic question is in the back of your throat. Well, we understand that the Spanish throne is currently under dispute. Can you give us a brief rundown on who the contenders are? What a trivial question. Even an elementary school child can name the immediate heirs to every throne in Europe. Can they? That's expecting a lot from everyone else. Yeah, but for the sake of those children who slept through the classes, can you refresh our memories? Very well. Pay attention because I'm not repeating myself. The current reigning monarch of Spain is Queen Regnat Isabel II of the House of Bourbon, daughter of King Ferdinand VII. Upon her death, her crown would likely fall to her husband, King Consort Francis, Duke of Cadiz. Although it is certainly possible that an immediate family member could stake a claim. However, the Queen's position is currently being disputed by the Carlists headed by the Count of Montemolin. I hope that answers your question. Did you catch all of that, Sparrowson? Not a word. Monsieur, we're actually interested in a Prince Juan Corrido of Spain. I don't think I heard the name in your explanation. Maybe he's not a Spain prince at all. A prince? Juan Corrido. Is that what you said? Monsieur, I think you've been misinformed. There is no current prince of Spain, and I'm not even sure Corrido is a real name. It is certainly no line of any Spanish monarchy. Not too surprising. How strange. What does this mean, Falcon? Well, one thing is for sure, our client is not the Prince of Spain. Maybe he's a delusional lunatic, or perhaps he's involving us in some sort of con. We don't have long before the trial, but it may be in our interest to confront Prince Yuan directly and get some answers.
Right.
Are you two quite done chit-chatting?
That's all, thank you very kindly for all your time and effort.
Don't worry, Monsieur, I think we are done here. Thanks for your time.
Then I bid you good day. Now it's already Sunday. Now I could go into the prison. Apparently. Sure, even though he said next week, but I think it's important to go and do that immediately. You again.
I have no time for your quibbling, Monsieur. Stand aside.
You can't talk to me like that.
I most certainly can. We have a reason to believe that you are housing a suspect under false pretenses. That is in direct violation of Statuts 204 PN 488C of the French Criminal Code of Justice. Failure to comply with our request may result in you, yes, you, Monsieur, being held directly responsible for any consequential legal action.
Alright, you need to break out the liquors on me. I'll go open the cell. Well, why aren't you already following? Wow, Falcon, how did you memorize those criminal codes?
Memorize? Come on, Sparrowson, learn how to bluff.
I knew that. Senor Falcone, it is so good to see you again. You have some good news about my case, I hope. ... Confront politely.
Listen, Yuan, in order to maximize our chances of a successful trial, I need to know every bit of information. I can't work with half-truths. If you tell me one thing and the prosecutor evidence tells me another, then we are both in trouble.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow, senor.
Do you want me to spell it out? I know that you are not a Prince of Spain. I know that your name is not Juan Corrido.
Where is this coming from? I assure you, senor, that I am who I claim to be.
If you want your trial to be a farce, then you don't need my help. Come, Sparrowson, we are leaving.
Wait. Calm yourself, Monsieur Falcon. I'll reveal all. Did you just say Monsieur? What happened to your Spanish accent?
Your suspicions are well placed. Juan Corrido is not my real name, and I am not a Spanish prince. That was just a persona I concocted for the purpose of getting arrested.
Well, you wanted to get arrested. Why would you want to get arrested? That's the more important detail.
Why would you want to get arrested?
You're putting me in a difficult position, monsieur. If I tell you the full story, I would be putting someone else in danger. How about this? I'll tell you a story. I like stories. There was a girl, a mademoiselle who was in great deal of debt.
Everyone has a debt these days, monsieur.
Indeed, but this particular mademoiselle was indebted to a very powerful man, and that man wished to collect. The mademoiselle had no means of paying, so the man offered her a deal. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. This clearly is referring to this poor little swan. I think that's a clear-cut case, because she even said that it doesn't think that he is guilty and stuff. Murder this man, and I will forget what you are owed. Refuse, and I will reap what I am owed from your parents. With no alternative options, the mademoiselle accepted. But another man, a gallant knight with foolish, archaic notions of chivalry, heard the mademoiselle's story. The knight knew that murder was inevitable, but he saw a way to take the fall into mademoiselle's place. Do you understand what I am saying, monsieur?
Indeed. I understand. I understand, monsieur. To be honest, it wasn't the supplest of allegories.
Storytelling was never my strong suit. But I'm glad that you are seeing things from my perspective. Hopefully that sheds some light on the situation.
If I might ask, monsieur, why did you not just go to the police with the information that you had?
The police are not always an option. What is a man to do when the justice system itself is the problem?
That is a good question. So he has done the killing, but he still, I wouldn't consider is completely innocent if you think, or completely guilty if you consider the fact that, like, well, he took this upon himself so that someone else wouldn't have to. I'll let you know when I figure it out, monsieur. Dwell on it. Perhaps we should talk about something else in the meantime. So what is your real name? What's in a name? It's just an empty label, a vapid reflection of who we really are. Today I'm John Corridor, the Prince of Spain. Tomorrow I may be Bruno Raya, a pauper living under a bridge of the Seine. But that doesn't change who I am or what I do. That didn't really answer my question. Partially did, I guess. No, I suppose it didn't. But you're a smart bird, Monsieur Falcon. I suspect that you already know my real name. You could be this guy. Whoops. Renard Whoops. You're not actually away at all. You could be Renard Whoops. That would make completely sense to me, at least. There's even a picture of him. You are Renard Whoops, private investigator. Very astute, and you are Monsieur Falcon, private defense attorney. But that wasn't always your name, was it, Monsieur Falcon? Just like me, you know how to adopt a new persona on a whim. You changed your name, Falcon? I didn't know that. And this isn't about me, Juan. Renard. Monsieur, we're trying to uncover the truth here. Of course. So what the truth is it that you are attempting to uncover, Monsieur Falcon? That's all then. That is all. I don't have any more questions for you, Juan. I think we've learned all we can for now. Really? I don't feel that we've learned very much. Oh, Monsieur Falcon, before I forget. Could you find Mousy and ask him whether the birds have successfully flown south for the winter? I wonder if the swan is involved in that. If she is gone too, then well... Whether the birds have flown south. What is that? Some sort of a goat? Yeah, if they've escaped, the lady. Something like that. But rest assured, monsieur, that this does directly pertain to the case. Well, if we have time, I'll be sure to let Mousy know. Let's make a move, Sparrowson. Trial day is approaching. Right. I wish I had been able to get more information there, but I didn't. I did not, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, now it's just this place that I need to go into. So, that's, I don't know if I can do that. But let's go into the newly established private investigation firm first and foremost. Falcon, what are you doing? It's trial day. That's so sad. We have to go there straight away. I can't go. I thought that maybe I had at least one more day. Like, if I could ask from this person if the swan ported or something. But just the wrong type of order of things that we did. The balance of justice, then. That's the only place we can go. As sad as it is. I really wish that we can help him at least not get hanged. Once again, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves waiting outside the doors of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you feeling nervous, Falcon? Yes. Definitely. Of course I'm nervous. What have we learned about Prince Juan? What do we know about real murder? Nothing. Easy there, Falcon. We can do this. I don't know about that. We had a lot more last time around. Senor Falcon, I trust everything is in order. Absolutely. I have every intention of bringing the truth to light in this trial. Ah, such confidence. This is magnificent to see. And bringing the truth to light, you say? An admirable goal. No more jousting at imaginary giants. Dude, like Don Quixote. Basically. All of you, cease your yammering. The door's opening. Here we go. Buenos suerte, Senor Falcon. We will. I do think we will fail. Are we ready? Nope. We're ready. We're ready to fail badly, I'd say. JJ. Severin.
Nervous?
Why would I be nervous? I'm not nervous. I'm as calm as a cuckoo. You're the nervous one. This whole courtroom is nervous.
Courtroom? Well, cool your feathers, Falcon.
Terrible, you can't even maintain a stoic facade. I thought this trial would be the perfect opportunity for you to redeem your previous embarrassments. But if this is how you act before the trial has even started, why would you pompous tail posture perfect?
And so on forth. Well, that's a different type of... But yeah, they have a plan. But I think the first location we visited was fine. But then I messed up with the chocolate place. Library was good at least. But I should have visited first the inn tavern to get some informations. I could have gone to the library earlier. I could have visited this person earlier. I could have then visited the mousey earlier. All sort of things. Like earlier in a sense of actually having some important business for him. And all that. So yeah. Just kinda sucks. There was, of course, also the who pointed us to the private investigator was that person from the art gallery, which was interesting. Order, let's all settle down. Court is now in session.
Psst, Falcon.
What is it?
Is it me or does the primary judge look hairier today?
Indeed. That's a different judge to the one who resided over Dane Garterland's trial, you Fuss.
Oh, still, that's a little strange, isn't it?
A little. It's a little, I suppose.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I was under the impression that Judge Maxine would be reciting over the case. Where is he?
Oh dear. Jax Maxime has gone on a temporary sick leave due to a terrible accident with a flight of stairs. But rest assured, yours, prosecutor, defense, and members of the jury, that I am more than qualified to fill his shoes. Without further ado, let's get the show underway. This is the trial of Prince Juan Corridor, who stands accused of murdering Major Howell and of conspiring to murder the king himself. Roll call. The defense is present and ready, Your Honor. The prosecutor is ready, Your Honor.
Good, very good. I expect this to be a nice, speedy trial. I don't want to see it dragged out by technicalities and bureaucracy. Well said, Your Honor. I expect that once the court sees the overwhelming evidence, this trial will be over in 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
It's just messing with your head, Falcon. Keep it together. I'm so sad. I don't think we have any chance of saving the guy.
So we're all on the same page. Excellent. Prosecutor, please call your first witness to the stand.
Very well. I call the police officer who investigated the crime scene. I call upon Inspector Justy Volerti.
Step up to the stand, Inspector, and recite the oath.
There he is again.
I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the full truth and nothing but the truth. Please recite your name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Inspector Justy Volerti. I am a servant of the law, a scourge of the Cataract. That will do, Inspector. We've all heard your monologue before. Oh, Concordio really is going for a speed record, isn't he? Now, can you tell us what you witnessed on the morning of the 7th of January?
Of course. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I was called to the Louvre Grande Gallery by one of the King's royal guards.
Did you just say o'clock?
There I saw Prince Juan, King Louis Philippe, the corpse of Major Howell with a rose in hand, and around 2 dozen citizens. The citizens and the king himself all attest to seeing Major Howell taking the rose from Prince Juan's hand and then promptly dropping dead.
And what did the morgue uncover upon examination of the corpse?
The coroner determined with absolute certainty that Major Howell died of poisoning. Aside from a prick upon the finger, there was no sign of external harm to Major Howell's body. Therefore, the poisoned rose must have been the cause of death.
Putting the pieces together, that does seem very implicated of the prince. I have no further questions.
Damn, I was hoping that the coroner's report would determine that the guy died from a freak heart attack or something.
Yeah, that would just be a hope, though. That would make for a particularly speedy trial, wouldn't it? But no, we aren't so lucky. Something else must be amiss in the old bird's testimony.
Right, I'll tear it apart. Your Honor, I wish to cross-examine the witness. Falcon, was it? Don't waste the court's time. A high-ranking police officer would never lie on the witness stand. I wouldn't accuse the inspector of lying. I just want to make sure that every base is properly covered. This sounds like pointless nitpicking to me, but I'll allow it for now. Go on, Falcon, do your cross-examination. Oh, God. Well, at 10 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter. Major Howell, yes, he died. With a rose in hand and around 2 dozen citizens. Poisoning is the only thing that, like, what sort of stuff did he have around his mouth and stuff, maybe? Like, poisoning supposedly makes you, like, drool and stuff. But, yeah, I don't know. Poisoning. Inspector, you said that the coroner determined with certainty that Major Howell was killed by poison. Correct. He stated the signs and symptoms were textbook. There's no possibility that his death was natural. What kind of poison was it? Did the coroner mention specifically what kind of poison it was? It was not certain. At first the coroner posited that it was a plant-borne poison like the one of the aconite flower, but when he learned how fast the poison had taken effect, he noted that this was atypical of aconite. Consequently, he suggested that it may have been some newly engineered concoction. A newly engineered poison, you say? Well, that only reaffirms that this was a very deliberate assassination attempt. Indeed. Do you have another question about the poison? The other question was just simply about, like, how he got poisoned. I think I could question about that. It depends, like, could we try to make an argument that maybe it could be the food? So how was Major Howell poisoned? How exactly was Major Howell poisoned? What was the delivery mechanism? His finger was pricked by the poisoned rose. He even commented out loud about it seconds before dying. All 22 citizens who witnessed the murder attested to seeing and hearing this. Is there any possibility that he was poisoned by something else? What an absurd thing to say, JJ. You just heard that 22 people saw the victim prick his finger and die. What are you suggesting? That the pricked finger had no relation to the poisoning? That's exactly what I am saying. I don't doubt that Major Howell was poisoned, but I do doubt that the rose was the cause. Unbelievable. Only a doubtful buffoon could fail to draw the blatant link up in here. I'm so sad that I also didn't, from the chocolate merchant, actually manage to ask about, because I just went and asked about the suspect. But then I didn't get even a chance. Like, I did not think that I wouldn't get the chance to ask about the if the poison could have been poisoned. JJ, as tempting as it is to sit here and lecture you on the basics of cause and effect, I'll end this discussion painlessly. Inspector, please tell the defense that you found traces of poison on the thorns of the rose itself. That should alleviate all doubts that the rose was, in fact, the poison delivery mechanism. Actually, I can't tell him that. ... I dread to ask, but why not? We didn't check the rose for traces of poison. It just seems obvious that the rose caused the poisoning, given the timing of the incident. That's very stupid, though. Like, you should check that at least. That's like... Well then, now would be a good time to make a test. It's a marvelous thought. We prick a finger of the defendant with the rose. If there is no poison at the rose, then Prince Juan lives and he is free to go. If the rose is poisoned, then the prince dies, but that's okay, because the punishment would be just and fitting of the crime. A marvelous succession. What is this, a witch trial? This isn't America, Severin. That's not how we do things here. Calm your feathers, JJ. It was clearly a joke. There are far more humane ways of testing for poison. I'm sure the inspector will perform his duty with due diligence. Actually, we won't be able to test the rose for poison at all. Why is that? Because it probably has already been thrown away. Given the dangerous nature of the flower, it was destroyed by the police force. We burned it to ashes.
Sus unprofessionalism.
If we have no way to know whether the rose was poisoned, then this full trial ought to be called into question.
Nice try, JJ, but through the process of reasoning by elimination, we still deduce with absolute certainty that the rose was poisoned. In other words, there was nothing else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning.
Wrong. There was something else at the crime scene that could have caused the poisoning. Something the investigative police blindly overlooked.
Well, the chocolate paper is the only thing, but of course it's a little bit earlier rather than in that location, but... How do I have this in here? But yeah, chocolate is the best I got after all.
Look at this.
What am I supposed to be looking at?
It is the paper wrapper to a piece of chocolate. It was found in the Louvre, the Salle du Dupre to be precise, and we can date its consumption to the day of the incident.
You are not suggesting
that Major Howell ate a piece of poisoned chocolate moments before he died? I most certainly am.
Intriguing, pretty convincing.
You gained a little favor with the jury. I'm very grateful for that, because otherwise I think that I would be in huge freaking trouble.
Because I have nothing else. This is the best I've got. Did you see this wrapper at the crime scene for yourself, Inspector?
The police force does not have the time nor resources to troll every piece of trash at every crime scene, I'm afraid.
In other words, you overlooked it. Tisk, astounding unprofessionalism.
The prosecution is right to be disgusted. What a disgraceful display it is, Inspector. I offer my apologies, Your Honor.
I don't want your apologies. I want you to do your damn job properly. Get off the witness podium before I kick you off myself. He is not happy.
As you wish, I'll take my leave until next time, messieurs.
Until next time when you do again mess up. So, let me get this straight. The chocolate wrapper was found at the crime scene.
Correct.
And you have reason to believe it was consumed on the day of the incident.
I do. I have an expert food testing witness who is willing to testify if need be.
You have a foodie witness? I don't recall anyone like that. Who on earth are you talking about, Falcon?
You, Sparrow-san.
Oh, I see. But do you know for certain that Major Howell consumed the chocolate?
Well, that is a fact that we are still investigating.
Sadly, yes. I see. And do you have evidence that this chocolate was in fact poisoned?
Again, that is something that may require a little more time to definitely prove.
So then, in actuality, you do not have evidence that Major Howell consumed some poisoned chocolate, but it would be a possibility, that's all. Instead, you have a solitary piece of rubbish that you plucked straight out of the gutter. That's weak even for you, JJ. But also, there's no proof that the rose was poisoned, so it's still the case that we don't know what caused the poisoning to happen. ... Let's move things along. I have another witness I would like to summon. He is a man who claims to have had an excellent view of the people going in and out of the Louvre at the time of the incident. I call upon Monsieur Toussaint Kingsley.
Let the witness please approach the stand and recite the oath.
Hello. Oh, right, the oath. I swear, speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the full truth and nothing but the truth.
Please state your full name and occupation for the court record.
My name is Toussaint Kingsley and I am a person who fishes.
A person who fishes, so you're a fisherman.
Oh, is that how it is? I thought the French justice system was better than this.
I beg your pardon?
Here comes Toussaint Kingsley, the kingfisher. Clearly he must be a fisherman, because didn't you hear all kingfishers are fishermen? Well, you are carrying a fishing rod. And can a man not carry a fishing rod, reel and bait, without being granted a fisherman? Look, the prosecutor is carrying a riding crop. Clearly he must be a horse jockey.
Oh, it's for pity's sake. Fine, we can list your occupation as person who fishes and not fisherman.
Thank you.
Actually, why do you carry a riding crop, Severin? I've never seen you ride a horse.
I don't know, JJ. Why do you, a 30-something-year-old with no health problems, carry a cane? This is veering quite far off the course. Could the prosecution please get back to his questions? Of course, Your Honor. Monsieur Kingsley, is it true that you were nearby the Louvre at the time of the incident? Yes, I was sitting upon the railing of the Pont des Arts. Where is it? Like we were there. Alright, Pont des Arts. It's very confusing to me to try to be looking at this goddamn map. Where is this Pont des Arts? I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, there. The Pont des Arts. That's the new bridge that's just a stone throw from the Louvre south entrance, correct? That's right. And what were you doing at the time of the incident? I was fishing. Kingfishers, am I right, Falcon? So you would have had a plenty of opportunity to see the people who entered and exited the palace. Can you tell us who you saw? Well, the Louvre is a busy place. Naturally, I saw a lot of people. But at 9 AM, I saw the king, Louis Philippe himself, enter the building. He was surrounded by his entourage, of course. Then around 9:30 AM, I saw the shifty-looking fox lurking around the entrance. Your Honor, I object to the witness use of the term shifty-looking. It's a vague and biased description. Not really. He looks super shifty. I saw him rubbing his paws and cackling gleefully. Okay. And then I saw him take out a rose and carefully rub the stem. Rub the stem of a rose, you say, as if he were applying something to the flower, perhaps. Well, aren't you, I really shouldn't speculate. Of course, it was wrong of me to ask such a leading question. But yeah, it definitely looked like he was putting some sort of powder on the stem. Wow, even I wasn't expecting such a bold admission. Members of the court, it sounds like what we have here is a secret witnessing of the defendant readying the murder weapon. I just don't believe that's even true. The defense claims that the rose was never poisoned, and yet here we have a man who saw the poison with his own eyes. I smell perjury. You too. No question, he saw a shifty-looking criminal readying poison and cackling near the scene of the crime. That's not believable at all. True, and especially considering there's so many people in there that... And he was fishing. Would he really have time to pay attention to all those people? No, if he's a really kingfisher, he would pay attention to just fishing. I think you might be right. I wonder if I've any evidence that calls Tueson's story into doubt. Your Honor, I would like to examine the witness. Really? This nonsense again? You just heard the witness directly describe your client readying poison of a rose. On a rose. What is there to question? I'm just trying to uncover the truth, Your Honor. Ugh, fine, do your thing. Go on, Falcon. Go make fool out of yourself. Oh god. I'm so going to fail. What would be the thing we would go and start the question? What other people do we know even? I think there's only one fox we know. Piero. Catherine Marie. And then, no new peoples in there. And here I just got the chocolate wrapper that I already used. We are not questioning if it's a Prince Juan or not. Tuileries Garden. That is of course the question, like he came from a completely different direction. Like that's the main problem, I think. That he came from that direction. He was reading this book and there's evidence of it found in the Tuileries Garden. which is a west entrance in that, so he couldn't have seen it. I think that's the main problem. So you were in Pont des Arts. I'll try from here. Monsieur Kingsley, say that you were sitting upon the railings of the Pont Yards on the morning of the incident. Yep. What entrances can you see from that bridge? Monsieur Kingsley, you had a good view of the Louvre South entrance, didn't you? Yep, the Pont Yards is a great vantage point for seeing the Grande Galerie South side. What about the other entrances? The other entrances, you mean like if you were entering from Tuileries Garden or the Palace Place du Carrousel? No, I couldn't possibly see those areas from the bridge. But of course, that isn't relevant. Monsieur Kingsley witnessed Prince Juan entering the south entrance with flower in hand, and that's what counts. What if Prince Juan used another entrance? What if Prince Juan didn't enter from the south entrance? What if he approached the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens to the west? Tuileries Gardens to the west. That's a big what if. Do you have any evidence that Prince Juan entered the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens? As a matter of fact, yes, I do. I have definite proof that Prince Juan approached from the west, not the south. Hey, I know what I saw, monsieur. I'm doubtful too. Go on, JJ, show us this definitive proof that Prince Juan entered from the Louvre from Tuileries Gardens. It's basically just this page. I hope it will work. Look at this. A book page. Page 44 of the Don Quixote specifically. It was found just outside of Louvre's west entrance. This proves nothing. I'm not done yet. Take a look at this. Don Quixote. This is the book Prince Juan has been reading in jail since his arrest. I believe he has had it on his person for some time. And yes, page 44 is missing. That was the first thing I checked. You do realize what this means, don't you, Severin? The defendant was present in Tuileries Gardens prior to entering the Louvre. This also means that in all likelihood, the defendant entered the Louvre from the west entrance, not the south. He could not possibly have been seen by Monsieur Kingsley from the Pont Yards. Oh, what? I know what I saw, monsieur. A fine theory, Falcon, but maybe the defendant took the long way around. One can still travel from Tuileries to the Louvre South entrance by walking along the river. An extra 2 kilometers of walking just to enjoy the pre-murder scenery. Let's not say silly things, Cocorico. Okay, maybe the defendant deliberately left the page there to mislead the investigation. Now you're the one who's blindly speculating. It's not blind speculation, it's a powerful hypothesis. You're fond of logic, aren't you, Cocorico? Let's talk about Occam's razor. When torn between two seemingly equal hypotheses, the simpler one is the right one. I'm not looking into that now. We must side with the one that imposes the fewest assumptions. Which of these theories takes fewer assumptions? 1. The page from Prince Juan's book fell out on his way to the Louvre's south entrance. 2. Prince Juan deliberately planted the page on the off chance that it would be discovered. Then he took the long way round. How dare you, the nerve of you to lecture me on such basic philosophical concepts. I'll stop lecturing you when you stop making such basic mistakes. Monsieur Falcon, please calm yourself. What is the point of all this yammering? The ultimate point is that Thurston's testimony is fabricated, made up, utter fiction. No, everything I've said is the truth. I suspect that the witness isn't even a fisherman. I'm not a fisherman. See, he admits it himself because he's a king fisherman. That's not what I meant. Innocent, perhaps? What I'd wished. You gained a little favor with the jury. I'm doing amazingly well, considering how little evidence we have of anything. Prosecutor, you have something that will put this arrogant Falcon in his place, don't you? I must concede. You concede? On this point at least, Falcon's evidence strongly suggests that the key component of Monsieur Kingsley's testimony is false. Ah, no. This doesn't mean that Prince Juan is innocent, of course. All Falcon has demonstrated is that this particular witness is unreliable. But I did see something. I really did. Alright, so maybe I didn't exactly see a shifty looking fox. I made that part of the story up. But I did see a swan lurking around the south entrance to the morning on the morning of the murder. A swan. Do shut up, witness. Your word is mud at this point. How can we possibly trust anything you have to say? Your Honor, Judge Romulus, we're out of time. We're 10 minutes overdue to start on the hare versus tortoise trial. Is that late already? Curses, I was hoping we could have the case wrapped up in a single trial session. So there's more trial sessions. I have still time to try to learn about things. I'm so grateful. This isn't all. It is a shame, but ultimately an accurate sentencing is always preferable to a speedy sentencing. At least he is agreeing on this. Accurate needs to be. Yes, alright, I don't need to hear your moralizing. Court will resume this Friday, the 21st of January at 9 o'clock. Don't be late. That's a good thing to know. Exact date. Prosecutor, do your damn job. Get this stupid fox a conviction already. I will do my best to ensure that justice is served, Your Honor. Whew. A lot came up in that trial, huh? Well, no doubt about that. But something's bothering me. Why would that fisherman guy, Monsieur Kingsley, lie on the witness stand? That is indeed an extremely good question. Maybe that he was indeed coerced. Well, it's possible that he was coerced or bribed. That's just what I was thinking. Maybe the real murderer threatened the fisherman into making up a story about Prince Yuan. Let's keep an open mind. Anything is possible at this stage. But to be perfectly honest, something else is bothering me about the trial. Well, a lot of things. Mademoiselle Sugne herself, of course, because of the considering the swan in there, but I already made that connection, in all honesty. But also the Judge Romulus is someone that I'm suspicious of, especially because it seems they very much want him to get sentenced. So that's very suspicious. So which one would I want to select? Great question. I want to select them both. Judge Romulus is himself, I guess I would say that first. Judge Romulus is acting without a shred of professionalism. He's obviously more interested in securing a guilty verdict than he is in discovering the truth. But why? Maybe he has a vendetta against Spanish royalty, but he's not even Spanish royalty. I'm not so sure. There must be something else at work here. Excuse me, Monsieur Volcon. You. Sorry to bother you, but this letter just arrived. I think it's for you. Yeah, it looks like it with Falcon on it. A letter for me. I wonder why it wasn't sent to my office. Have you been demoted to courier status, Rupert? Oh, hush, Sparrow-san. I don't need to be pitied by a first-year dropout. Oh, good comeback. So, what does the letter say, Falcon? It's a threat made with cut-out newspaper letters. I was thinking that it looked like it. Whoa, I didn't know those things actually existed. Let me see. Falcon, stop your investigation or there will be consequences. ... Scary. There is no question that this letter originated from Major Howell's murderer. He or she must be aware that we are getting close to uncovering the truth. Or at least closer. Sounds about right, but why would a person write with cut-out newspaper letters like this? So that they wouldn't be recognized. Don't be stupid. Masking one's handwriting would be the most common reason. Although I can't help but wonder why they would bother, since we don't have any handwriting samples to compare it to. We are still going ahead with our investigation though, right? Definitely. Absolutely. I can't let him be hanged just for... Like, I don't care if he committed the murder. I don't want him to die for this. Oh yes, absolutely. If a lawyer were deterred every time they received a threatening letter, they would never get any work done. Besides, with only 3 days before the next trial session, we can't afford to be worrying about petty things like this. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Wow, you're right. Let's make those days count. Oh god. That's so going to be tough, though. I gotta say, that's gonna be tough to try to make those days count. My goodness. Well, it's been really interesting, but at least I think that it's an alright decision to do a little break here. And as in a little break, as in end today's episode here. So I hope you enjoy some more of the advent calendar with Aviary Attorney. It's definitely been interesting, at least in my opinion. So I'll see you for more next time around tomorrow. And thank you for watching. See you then. Bye bye. Hopefully we can solve this case in a positive way.